Hello everybody, welcome to Tpull's Corner. We're back in Historic with a deck called Tovolar's Humans. We released a video not too long ago called Tovolar's Tricks. And since Tovolar is the color red and green, we had red and green in the deck, and then we had the color black. And we did some extra tricks with his transformational ability. And now we're going through the color pie, and we're using humans from white, so we've got red, green, and white. And that is disgusting. Figures they get both of those up front. I know what they were waiting on. But we'll get Tovolar down now before it gets destroyed through hand destruction. Anyway, for the newcomers, why don't you subscribe? Join the following. For old and new alike, consider hitting that like button. At any point if you feel you like the video. I even accept premeditated likes. If you're convinced that you are going to like the video, go ahead and like it now. That's very prescient of you. And we scry. And that's a little early for the angel, but let's see. Let's go ahead and do it in that order. And I'm not going to attack with anybody. All of these have abilities that I kind of want to have available to use. If they decide to attack with the turtle, we can go ahead and just block with the beggar. Okay, you didn't do a spell, so that ruins my scry. I feel like that could be a discard card. I don't feel like destroying anything. Do I want to attack with anyone? No. They got the 3/5 dragon turtle. They could double block and get rid of any one of these. Is this a counter spell then? They've got a lot of cards. Do they not have removal? Come on, it's my turn. It's okay, all we got was, well, we've got Tovolar. I've got an extra Tovolar now. So, what if one, two, I can do 3. Let's do this. Now I don't draw the card, and they could double block and get rid of the Howler. They're just going to take 7 points of damage. Okay. If they do cast 2 spells, I can just bring the Enduring Angel down with the Howlpack Piper. But they probably know that, so they're probably going to be conservative and do at most 1 spell a turn. Just because right now it probably serves them better to actually keep it a night. So do I have time to save up to try 2 spells myself? Let's see what happens. Let's see. We'll go ahead and get another white Monosaurus for our choice there. And let's go ahead and draw a card. Okay, I do like that. Because if this gets discarded, I can bring it back for Disturb of 7 later. And I've already got 6 mana. It's risky to use this though. I'm helping my opponent get plenty of ammo. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of the spare Tovolar actually. Are you going to cast anything? No. Still just 1 single spell. Okay. You know what? Then let's go ahead and let's do this now then. We'll get rid of the 3/5. And we can attack with, oops, no. We just want to attack, we'll attack with the first striker. And they're going to take 2 points of damage. Okay, or they're going to chump block and lose a creature. Maybe they have a way to bring it back. They've been holding on to all of those spells. What is in your hand that you're so reluctant? They literally have 6 cards to my 1 and they know what my 1 is. Counterspell? Counterspell. Jump block. I don't have any cards in my hand, so they get to use Skull Raid to go draw themselves. So they just refilled their hand to 7. They just cast a second spell. They're gonna flip from day to night. I don't have any creature to bring down. Oh, but I do have that. They're tapped out. Sinner's Judgment comes into play. Clock starts 3 turns. Attack with my Hand of Enlightenment, and they don't have anything to stop it. They were counterspell only. Nothing else to deal with enchantments. Sinner's Judgment wins. Life is good. The problem is they were so intent on being a discard deck, and they did their job well enough. They got rid of all my cards already. There wasn't really much value left in what they were holding on to. Probably what was left was a bunch of discard spells. And that's one of the big drawbacks of a discard strategy is you really can't do just purely You can't do discard tribal. Okay, you can't do 99% of your spells be discard spells. You need to have some kind of balance in there. So maybe a little less than half of your spells can be discard, and then you've got to have some win condition, right? I have not made a discard deck yet since, let me think. I don't think I've made a discard deck since Dominaria United came out. That's 3 expansions now. I'm overdue for making one. That's a time-tested strategy in this game. I've gotten the feeling that it's not supported, although I've had discard used to quite a good advantage if they get a couple of good discard spells in the very beginning, and then they have other cards and they play the rest of the cards and empty their hand real quick. Empty their own hand and hit me without me having any tools to respond. So it is still a valid tactic, but I felt like the wind had shifted against discard over the last 9 months. So I haven't felt the itch. I'm just now starting to. Anyway, this deck, we used this before in Tovolar's Tricks. Okay, we're in Historic, we've got Maskwood Nexus. When Maskwood Nexus is down on the battlefield, everything becomes all types, all creature types. And that includes the ones that are in our library, that are in the graveyard, that are in exile. Everything becomes all creature types. So the key here, if you didn't watch the last one called Tovolar's Tricks with the black mana sources, go back and check it out because it's a really fun video. But the final sentence is actually the key. Then transform any number of human werewolves you control. And the key word is transform. We're used to everybody putting together werewolf tribal decks with Tovolar to take advantage of this ability, right? But there are other things that can transform that aren't just wolves. We do have 4 Halpak Pipers that can transform, and those can give us a nice little creature card draw when they turn into the Wildsong Howler. But what we did was we kept the same red and green shell that we used from Tovolar's Tricks. So we still have the Voltaic Visionary, and when this is going to be the same condition for all of this. When Maskwood Nexus is on the battlefield with Tovolar, and there's at least 3 creatures at the beginning of our upkeep, it becomes night. When it becomes night, Voltaic Visionary can transform from a 3/1 into a 4/3 without us having to tap and deal 2 damage to ourselves. Okay? We've got Azusa's Many Journeys. We've got the 3 Fauna Shamans to go get Tovolar if we need them at the time. We've got Gwenna to help us with the creature summoning. We've got Jugan Defends the Temple, which is a nice little enchantment saga. And we've got the Shattered States era to take control of one of their creatures, and we've got Chaotic Transformation to exile whatever we feel like and getting more different stuff out of our deck, or exiling some of the opponent's stuff if we think that's too dangerous to see, hopefully, that the replacement will be less dangerous. So that's the same green-red shell that we had in the last deck. We switched out all the black cards for white cards, and what we've got is Meticulous Excavation, so we can return any card we want into our hand. We've got Ambitious Farmhands. We could resummon this with the Meticulous Excavation. Get a basic Plains card over and over if we have enough mana to activate it. We don't have to worry about the Coven cost, although we might get to a point on the field where we qualify for the Coven cost and we have the extra mana and we're willing to pay for it, but we're not counting on that. We've got Tovolar and Maskwood Nexus, and we can transform from the farmhand into a Seasoned Cathar without spending any mana. Beloved Beggar can go from a 0/4 and transform into a 4/4 Flying Vigilant Spirit without having to die and us pay 6 for the Disturb cost. Heir of Enlightenment, we can scry 2 green, 2 life, and then get 2/2 First Striker out, as we just did in the first match. We've only got a little bit of removal. That's Fierce Retribution, 2 copies of that, and we do have 1 Doomscar as a board wipe. That's mostly it. We do have 1 Fall of Lord Khanda, which can exile a creature with mana value 4 or greater. So if they do have a bomb, maybe if we've got this card at the right time, we can get rid of the bomb. But a lot of what we're facing is like 1, 2, and 3 mana value, right? We've got Hanweir, Militia Captain. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more creatures, you get to transform the captain. Then turns into Westphal Cult Leader, which the power and toughness are equal to the total number of creatures you control. And at your end step, you create a white and black human cleric creature token. Okay, if we've got Tovolar out with the Nexus, we don't need to worry about how many other creatures we have. We have to have at least 3 to trigger the switch from day to night. So it's not too much of a discount, right? We'd only need 3 creatures, one of which could be Hanwar instead of 4. But then we could transfer early. Michiko's Reign of Truth gives a little bonus for artifacts and enchantments. 1 Panic Bystander can turn from a 2/2 into a 3/5 Cackling Culprit. Bereaved Survivor from a 2/1 into a 3/2 Dauntless Avenger. Lorna of the Third Path is basically there to destroy targets, enchantments, and artifacts and bring back up with Meticulous Excavation and do it again if we need to. Restoration of Aganjo for a little bit of Plains draw. 1 Wedding Announcement. 1 Faithbound Judge, which we just saw them scoop because you can bring it back as Sinner's Judgment. And then they get 3 judgment counters on the enchantment. The player loses the game. And what else? Anything else? We got 2 Celestis to trigger Day-Night when we feel it's advantageous to us. And we have 1 Enduring Angel, which is a card with a lot of text. It starts out as a 3/3 Flying Angel with double strike that gives us hexproof. If we're about to die and our health gets turned to 0, instead our life total becomes 3, then you transform. Then you end up with a flying hexproof, a flying angel that still gives us hexproof, and the power and toughness are equal to our life total. Now, normally the way this works is it's a 3/3 because we just got our health reduced to 0, our life total became 3, and so the transformation to the Angelic Enforcer becomes a 3/3. Hopefully next turn we get to attack with the angel. Our health becomes 6, so the angel's power and toughness would become 6/6. But what happens if we have this out and our health total is still like 10/10? Then we go and attack with the angel the next turn. We double our life total to 20. We're attacking with a 20/20 flyer. So that could be fun if we get that going. This is the kind of thing that makes me want to burn my wild cards and go get 3 more of them and test that out to make sure that we demonstrate that for sure, rather than just having the 1 copy. But for people that haven't been with us long, we're under this channel is under an artificial constraint. We don't use any of our wild cards yet to make creatures. So I played Magic at the start. I played Paper Magic about beginning around 94. And I was away for about 20 years. I came back during the COVID lockdown and discovered Arena here. And so I've played this game. I've played several different expansions. I've played it backwards and forwards. I've been in tournaments. I'm always looking for a new way to challenge myself. So I like the game. I love the game, I think you could even say. But I haven't spent money on online Arena yet. So I decided to challenge myself and see how much of a collection I could accumulate just playing for free. And in the meantime, if somebody wants to support the channel by the Patreon, there's a link in the text below. They could ask for me to play a specific deck and say it's a historic deck and it needs like 20 mythic rares and I don't have those. I'm hoarding all of my wild cards so that I can make the deck that you would want me to make. In that way, I won't really mind too much if I have to burn through 20 wild cards to get 20 mythic historic wild cards, to get some new cards. I wouldn't mind that. But I don't want to deplete my reserves and then somebody comes along and says, hey, can you play this deck? And I'm like, I don't have any wild cards. I can't make your deck. So it does make things a little challenging. Sometimes I build a deck out of a card I like and I only have 1 copy of the card instead of 4 copies. And we still managed to make it work. Do I need more land right this second? I think I can get away without that land. Okay, we can't gain life. Perfect timing stops us from gaining that 2 life. Let's go ahead and put down the announcement. See, they can pump that up. They can gain life just fine. So it's I'm a life gain deck and you're a no gain life for my opponent kind of deck. They don't bother attacking. That's a lot of land. I don't even want to bring down the Brave Survivor. They're already going to gain too much life as it is. They just need an Angel or a Cleric now. Push them over the top. That gives them another source of life gain with flying.
I am vengeance, bloody and righteous.
And they've
You
got it.
can deal with my
And
servants.
they're still not bothering to attack.
I'm busy.
Okay, let's not cast a single spell. Let's convert the Howling Piper. Let's go get somebody who can fly at least. There was my removal, of course. Draw a card. It's just another land. And they have Fall of Lord Khanda. But my Fall of Lord Khanda won't work on any of theirs.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Kind of surprised they're not attacking. This still enters tapped and gives them life. And we have another Hellpack Piper. Take the Enduring Angel. No attacks. Take action. Let's get rid of Bereaved Survivor. They get rid of my Faithbound Judge.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
Do they have something that gets rid of enchantments? They are assembling a nice little force, aren't they?
Dire times.
Ah, they got it.
For dire tactics.
No, wait, that's mana value 4 or less. They don't got it, because this cost me 7, right? For the disturb value? That's 12. Let's go ahead and get rid of... Let's chump block that. Down to 8. One turn. We bring down the Enduring Angel. I should have brought down Tovolar first. Should have brought down Tovolar. I messed that up. Do I bring him down now? Yeah. Let's bring him down now. Okay, so the disturb cost of this is 7, so they couldn't... If they could have gotten rid of this, they would have. So it's not the Faithbound Judge cost. The fragmentized limit was they could only destroy target enchantment of value 4 or less. Did they get rid of my Hellpack Piper? I wanted that advantage.
My ways are not...
So I need Maskwood Nexus. Or Doomscar. They're being really slow and safe and conservative, aren't they? Any day now. They've had a solid advantage from the very first one, and we don't have any of our... We've got none of our 3 removals. If they can't stop Sinner's Judgment, though, that's number 2, Judgment counter. If we hold on for the next turn, we're the ones that survive. It depends on if they can remove the Enduring Angel. Enduring Angel basically saves us. Pass the turn. What do you got? If you can't remove Enduring Angel, you lose to Sinner's Judgment.
I won't let a few thugs threaten this city.
They just got Soren up to 7, so they could use the ultimate there.
You wish to know my secrets?
Do 13 points of
Very
damage
well.
to somebody.
This
Digging
is
with
my
Elspeth.
city, and I'm going to protect it.
You got a Cleric class. Doesn't help. Attack. I think they know they lost. Enduring Angel puts us at 3 during our turn. Did they say good game because they thought they won? Or did they not know how this worked? Okay, Sinner's Judgment, 3rd counter, we automatically win. This is going in 2 playlists. It's going in the Tovolar playlist and it's going in the alternate win scenario playlist. It is fun that we have multiple ways built into the deck to win, so that if we don't win the normal conventional way, we can win a different way. When it looked like all hope was lost. It's possible they could have won sooner if they didn't play so conservative. But then maybe I wouldn't have shuffled my deck at that specific moment when I did, and I wouldn't have shuffled away my removal spell, and I would have been able to remove a key creature. Who knows? Let's see. Can we put down the Fauna Shaman? Yes, we can. We've got half the combo already. We have 4 copies of Tovolar, so we should get the combo out this time. This is going to be kind of a death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing. Let's go ahead and bring out Jurgen. Jurgen defends the temple. We can attack. I don't have a creature to get rid of the shaman, or use the shaman to get rid of a creature and bring back Tovolar. They're looking at my enchantment and how it works. Okay. Everybody gets a token, or a counter rather. And Maskwood Nexus comes out. And Shaman goes away. In comes Tovolar. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 to put it down, and 3 from Remnant of the Rising Star. And then we attack with Fauna Shaman, who's technically not needed anymore. And we wait to see if they have a board wipe, and all my planning goes for naught. It's daytime right now. This is a wolf, this is a wolf, this is a wolf. We can now trigger the transformation into evening. As long as they don't do it here, I'm counting on them to cast a spell. If they trigger the nighttime, it doesn't work right. They get rid of 3 of them. We still have Tovolar. Okay, so let's see. We've actually got 3, so I guess we'll do 1 more white. We'll go ahead and bring out one of these things. We'll attack with Tovolar. And I'm glad we used Jugan to pump up Tovolar so he didn't stay at a 3-3. And let's go ahead and scry. Don't feel like I need the land right now. We will take the creature, because we can get back both of the Fauna Shamans technically if we do things right. That is Tessie Karlov, which is a 4-mana spell, so Tessie goes away. Survivor comes down. We attack with both of those. Down to 8. Draw 2 cards, because they both count as wolves. And okay, we've got green. Let's go ahead and bring down white for the second color. Okay, we've got 3. We can trigger the transformation. Perfect. They do 2 spells. We don't really care. Okay, we turn to night. Tovolar transforms automatically. This is not a wolf, but it is according to Maskwood Nexus. So we submit it. It changes into the Dauntless Avenger. Bring down the Ambitious Farmhand. That's 1 spell. And then we're going to do Chaotic Transformation. And we're going to not target an artifact. We will target a creature. I don't really care for keeping this particular enchantment anymore. There's no Planeswalker. And we go ahead and target one of our lands. I think we have enough planes now. Alright, we get back a planes. We get back a different enchantment. And in place of the Shapeshifter, we get Wildsong Howler, which automatically activates. Get an Enduring Angel. Get to play an extra land. Get to attack with the Dauntless Avenger. Get to bring back Fauna Shaman, who's tapped and attacking. Did you follow all those triggers? It's almost like I planned it this way. Chump blocking. Draw 1 card from hitting with Fauna Shaman. And we go back to daytime. If they don't remove Tovolar, we get to transform the Farmhand and the Piper. And I might show you a neat trick with... oh, they got rid of Maskwood Nexus. We don't have 3 wolves now. Okay. Next. We now have 3 wolves. How do we want to do this? Chico's Reign of Truth? Target you. Attack with Dauntless Avenger and Tovolar and a new Fauna Shaman. They have one Death Toucher if they feel like. Target wolf, that's not a wolf, so I can't make it have trample. They take 2 points, 2 hits rather. I get to draw 1 card. Resolve all of their triggers with all of their creatures. You just go back up to 8. Let's go ahead and bring down the Voltaic Visionary. End the turn. You cast a spell, but I have 3 wolves. Yeah, it's a lot of life gain. We're going to get some creatures here. Don't need the backup Tovolar. I already have a backup Tovolar. Ooh, Faithbound Judge. Let's see. Let's give a wolf some benefits here. And bring down the Enduring Angel. And we'll bring down the Faithbound Judge. Do I have enough to trigger this? Hang on. If I do, let's just do combat. We'll attack with you, attack with you. Do I have any 2-mana creatures left? No, I do not. So Dauntless Avengers does not attack. I have the red and the green still, right? Activate. Select a value for X. I don't have the extra, right? I just select that. No. So I can, but I can give it trample for 0. Pay 0. Confirm 0. Now it's 7/7 trample. I just didn't give it any extra. 5 points of damage there. Tovolar dies. I hit 0. The angel transforms and I still hit 0. Still got me with all of that. Too many things there. That was still kind of an interesting match. There the Enduring Angel got me when I hit 0. Put me back at 3, but there were still too many death triggers that they were benefiting from. Those -1 triggers happen one at a time, not all at once. So the timing did not work out. I should have waited. That is an important lesson. I learned something just now. I probably should have gotten rid of the Meathook Massacre enchantment with my Chaotic Transformation. That would have been better. But they could have just, might have been replaced by another one. Okay, we've got red there, so we need a green mana source. That's a lot of cards. And of course they have a 1 mana drop. 130 odd cards. We get to make good on Azusa's many journeys. How about that? Actually worked for a change. We're setting up. Next we expect to see the creatures that get plus up counters from gaining life. We will bring down our Hellpack Piper. On curve Heliod, of course. Which they're going to get a plus up just from the likeness of the Seeker. And what happens if we don't cast a spell? We'll go get a creature. There's their life gain creature right there. Is that what you call a perfect opening for them? I guess we can bring down wedding announcements and we can get 1/1 chump blockers. We don't want to attack into that, do we? Yeah, we'll make the trade with Celestial Unicorn. We don't want to make that trade. It's real easy for these plus-up life gain creatures to just get overwhelmingly big really fast. And it seems like they got everything that they need exactly when they need it. And we need some removal. They're not going to attack with the Celestial Unicorn. They're just going to attack with Heliod, who's indestructible. Like they're afraid of something. Okay, so we can cast 2 spells and flip it from night to day. No attacks. They have an army that can basically kill us in 1 turn. If they had the spell where you could just tap my creatures and let everybody attack, they'd kill me right now. A Flumph! It's been a long time since I saw a Flumph. Why are they looking at my likeness of the Seeker? Do they have something? They do. They just have the perfect hand, don't they? Massive monster-like creatures. Alright, we'll block there, we'll block there, we'll block there. Everybody dies. I don't know if this helps me at all because it's not the beginning of my end step, so Panic Bystander does not transform. I can bring down one wolf. And then I can bring down... Oh. I don't have the green, so... What will that do for me? Not really anything. Alright, we're done. We get 2 creatures. There's another Howlpack Piper. And Enduring Angel. One spell. You're only going to cast one spell? I need to flip from night to day. That does not help me. How am I going to get Enduring Angel down now? This kind of, I need this to be, what, even a Doomscar is not going to save me. I don't have enough mana. That is not a good card for me. Okay, they can just bum rush me next turn and get lethal, so now I get Tovolar. Alright. No good against the White Life Gain decks. I would need to build a lot more interaction in here. The problem with building your jank decks is where normally the removal spells would go is where you need your supporting elements to do the combo. Or you need to accept going over 60 cards. But they drew more land than I did. I always hate when Arena does that to you. It's time for your loss, so they give your opponent more land, and they put them up against an obviously overwhelming deck. Alright, we need a white mana source, so that'll be the second color for Thriving Grove. Meticulous Excavation can come down. And Tovolar can come down. We've got a spare in case they have removal. It feels good for us to be the ones to get an on-curve legend down for a change. Legendary creature. Ah, third color. New Capenna rules. They have access to all 3 colors. And drastically increase the odds that they might have removal handy. No, they just have a blocker. Oh. Okay, so if I don't do anything, your blocking is not good enough. Now your blocking is going to be good enough. And just like that, you fixed it. But you had to tap. Okay, so we go in, we attack, draw a card. Let's do Celestis. Get a little bit more mana going on there. And I think that's good enough. That is vigilant, so it might be willing to attack repeatedly. World Tree comes down. Gross. Okay. What are we going to do next? That doesn't have trample. Let's get some chump blockers out. Let's see. We can go ahead and bring down Conwer. And we have a spare Tovolar, right? So no, but wait, we've got... They could just block with a Sika, so let's not waste that. I don't think that we ditch a card yet. Double striking Vigilant God, great. And now they have World Tree. So when they get to enough lands, they can just bring out more and more of their gods. They didn't do anything, did they? They just sat there. They didn't even bother attacking. No attacks for us. Oh, no. That's terrible for us. Okay, so I guess I just have to do this. But as soon as he comes to my side, comes 3/3. That's not enough, is it? And I'm dead. I don't know why they're waiting. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we are seeing the dangers of making a deck with low interaction. If they get all their good threats out early, they can get us good. That Splendor card was just perfect in terms of neutralizing us. Any card but that, and us taking control of their God Eternal and Ketro, might have won us the entire match right there. It's like Arena knows exactly what to put against us. Alright, we have lost a lot. We now have a way to deal with enchantments and artifacts that we didn't get last round. It might have been handy at the time. Let's do Celestis. I feel like we still need more land. Enduring Angel is the wrong card to be coming up right this second. But we can't put down the Beloved Beggar. They probably got a fight spell. No. But it's a 0/4. They should have attacked first And then whether I blocked, if I blocked, it would have been a chump block. Otherwise, they could have attacked and then gained life here and untapped it. They have enough open mana. They could still have a life gain thing. So I can't attack with the shaman. They have two. Of course they do. Of course you do. We finally have one piece of our interaction. They probably have another devouring tendrils, the way they're looking at our stuff. Yep. Alright, Hellpack Piper. They can block us with the Celebrants. They do nothing? Give us a creature. Decline. Ooh, that's kind of good. Why would you attack? Alright. We go get a plains. We play the plains. We end the turn. We wait for upkeep to transform the captain. They play Pillar Drop, and we create another creature. They bring back their Lurking Roper. Transform! Yes! Bring in the Beloved Beggar. Attack with our 6/6. Take it! Look at all that firepower they have already. Okay. Attack with the Generous Soul. They take it. Create a creature. Bring down Fauna Shaman. Didn't actually cast a spell the entire time. We flip. Wild Song Howler activates. We get our pick of the next creatures. We get another Hellpack Piper, which is just fine by me. And we decline. We get a pumpable creature, and things can start to go wrong for us here, possibly. because hitting them for 4 damage per turn doesn't really help when they're making 2 or 3 life points back every time. Time might be on their side with that. Alright. Activate ability. Bring down Tovolar. Activate ability again. Bring down Halpack Piper. Attack with Generous Soul. And then 19 again. Draw a card. End the turn. Trigger Tonight. Get more creatures. Get more creatures. Take action this time. Get rid of the forest. I feel like I've got a pretty good army. They're starting to build up their forces, though. Trigger, 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 trigger. This is where it starts to slow down with this. This is a pre-made deck, basically. But they're going to go through each of the triggers every time they gain a life, as Trelasara pumps herself up. And they get a scry every time, too. And now they're going to go through that 1, 2, 3 times every single turn they put down a creature. But at least they'll flip it today, and then we can flip things. The only thing that we can really transform here is Ambitious Farmhand. So, my turn. Pipers will transform automatically. We're also going to transform the Farmhand. We'll take a Halpack Piper. We'll take an Enduring Angel. Oh, life is good. Get rid of the plains. We'll decline that. Let's see. I want the Enduring Angel down now. I want the Faithbound Judge down now. I want to attack with my 4/4. And they take it. Draw a card. Goes to daytime. Take it. Get rid of the plains. And now we're going to have 4 triggers. I'm glad they cast a spell, though. I wanted to flip tonight next, because I want to try something out. This is going to be fun. We have Hexproof right now. They really can't afford to attack. We still got a 16/16 right here, so they wouldn't get through. One more life gain trigger. 38 cards left. We got 33 left. Okay. I'm fine with that. Transform any number of wolves. We want to transform the Enduring Angel and the Faithbound Judge. Okay, so this is one of the things that I wanted to show you. Hang on. We get a couple of creatures first. And we whiff. Okay. We'll decline that. Okay, Sinner's Faithbound Judge went into exile. Okay? This is the transformation that doesn't work. When you have a creature that transforms into an enchantment, it actually transforms, but it gets exiled because it doesn't get a chance to be attached to anything. You're supposed to be able to enchant the player. It didn't happen. It just went straight into the exile pile, and we don't have it anymore. But the cool thing is, Our Enduring Angel has transformed into an Angelic Enforcer, which is equal to our life total. And we now have 21 for our life. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to attack. We're going to double our life total. We're now 42. They have to block with an attacker. And then we put on Tovolar. And we give it trample. We end with our total being 42 and us being hexproof. That's a fun trick. Tovolar, Masquid Nexus, if you want to use white, Enduring Angel, when you already have full health, transform it into Angelic Enforcer, knock out the enemy with one hit. I think we're going to end it there. Let me go ahead and show you the deck. There's one other trick that didn't really pop up this particular time. The enemy can get around it if they start to get wise to it. But if they're... Oh, my first copy of Necrogen Communion. How about that? We're getting closer to where I start to make my poison deck. There's another trick you can do with Enduring Angel. If you have Nexus out and you have Tovolar out, and you've got enough to qualify for the 3 wolves at the beginning of your upkeep, and it turns from day to night. If your health is low, you can reverse the transformation. You can take, if you have Angelic Enforcer, like say the enemy attacks you, reduces your damage to 0, it becomes, your life total becomes 3, and the angel transforms into the Angelic Enforcer. You don't have to, whether you attack or not, it doesn't really matter. If you can get it so that it's daytime, and then it gets to be your turn, then Tovolar is going to force the transformation from day into night. You can transform Angelic Enforcer back into Enduring Angel, and if the enemy's got overwhelming firepower and they attack you next turn, it'll just change all over again. It'll reduce you to 0, your life total becomes 3. It's an instant reset type thing. The only issue with that is Celestis only works as a sorcery, so it doesn't exactly help you if they don't cast any cards and any spells and it stays at nighttime. But if they keep trying to do stuff and they don't understand what's going on, I've been in situations where it always is daytime when it's my turn. They've hit me for, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 points of damage, and I just transform the Enforcer back into the Enduring Angel, wait for them to attack me next turn. My life total goes from 0 to 3 multiple turns in a row, and they start to have some problems. Anyway, that's the deck. That's the concept. And let me know what you think. I'm going to put this out, and then we're going to change from the white monosource into the blue color. So I'm kind of interested to know, does my viewing audience like it when I do a concept and I run through the color pie? Do you want that playlist all in a row? Like if I do 5 for the week, you want those episodes one after the other after the other? It won't be for this one, because by the time this comes out, I'll probably have finished this particular playlist with Tovolar. But for future playlists, do you like it? What I normally do is I usually spice it up and I'll have something else tomorrow, and then I'll go back to the Tovolar playlist and add to it later when I have the chance. But I don't necessarily do it all in a row. But I'm open to doing either one. I didn't know if you people had a preference. So if you do, leave a comment, let me know. Would you like to see an entire playlist for the week that's all matches the same theme, the same concept, the same type of stuff? Or do you like the way I'm doing it now, where I'll go and change and give you something different the next day, and then I'll come back later and add to that playlist, add to that concept? Is just like subsequent programming, but just not in a row. Let me know what you think. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining me. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good one.